What's up, guys? We all know this trend on TikTok, the AI trend. It's been trending for a while now, but there is news all over the place saying the trend on the terms and service of the app is not good.
Terms and conditions. In uploading your images to Lensa, you are agreeing to give them perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide, fully paid, transferable, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, modify, distribute, create derivative works of your user content without any additional compensation to you.
So today in this video, I'll be reading the terms and service of YouTube from start to the end. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe. What's in these terms? This index is designed to help you understand some of the key updates we've made to our terms of service terms. We hope this serves as a useful guide, but please ensure you read the terms in full. Welcome to YouTube. This section outlines our relationship with you. It includes a description of the service, defines our agreement, and names your service provider you may use the service. This section sets out certain requirements for use of our service and defines categories of users. Your use of the service. This section explains your right to use the service and the conditions that apply to your use of the service. It also explains how we may make changes to the service, your content and conduct. This section applies to users who provide content to the service. It defines the scope of the permission that you grant by uploading your content and includes your agreement not to upload anything that infringes on anyone else's right. Account suspension and termination. This section explains how you and YouTube may terminate the relationship, about software in the service. This section includes details about software on the service, other legal terms. This section includes our service commitment to you. It also explains that there are some things we will not be responsible for about this agreement. This section includes some further important details about our contract, include what to expect if we need to make changes to these terms or which law applies to them. Terms of service, date January 5th, 2022. Terms of service. Welcome to YouTube. Introduction. Thank you for using the YouTube platform and the products, service and features we made available to you as part of the platform. Collectively, the service, our service. The service allows you to discover, watch and share videos and other content, provides a forum for people to connect, inform and inspire others across the globe, and act as a distribution platform for original content creation. And advertisers, large and small, we provide lots of information about our products and how to use them in our help center. Other things you can find out about YouTube Kids, the YouTube Partner Program, and YouTube paid membership and purchases. You can also read all about enjoying content on other devices like your television, your game console, or even Google Home. Your service provider. The entity providing the service is Google LLC, a company operating under laws of Delaware, located at 160 Amsfair Parkway, Mountain View. Referred to as YouTube, we, us, or our references to YouTube affiliates in these terms means the other companies within the Alphabet Inc. corporate group. Applicable terms. Your use of the services is subject to these terms, the YouTube community guidelines and the policy, safety, and copyright policies. Together, the agreement. Your agreement with us will also include the advertising on YouTube policy. If you provide advertising or sponsorship to the service, or incorporate paid promotion in your content. Please read this agreement carefully and make sure you understand it. If you do not understand the agreement or do not accept any part of it, then you may not use this service. Who may use the service? Age requirement. You may use the service if you are at least 13 years old. However, children of all ages may use the services, and YouTube Kids were available if enabled by a parent or legal guardian. Permission by parent or guardian. If you are under 21, you must have your parent or legal guardian permission to use the service. Please have them read this agreement with you. If you are a parent or legal guardian of a user under the age of 21, by allowing your child to use the service, you are subject to the terms of this agreement and responsible for your child activity on the service. You can find tools and resources to help you manage your family experience on YouTube, including how to enable a child under the age of 13 to use the service and YouTube Kids in our help center through Google Family link. Businesses. If you are using the service on behalf of a company or organization, you confirm to us that you have authority to act on behalf of that entity, and that entity accept this agreement. Your use of this service. Content on the service. The content on the service includes videos, audio, for example music and other sounds, graphic, photos, text such as comment and script. Branding includes trade names, trademark, service mark, or logos. Interactive feature, software, metrics, and other materials, whether provided by you, YouTube, or third party. Collectively content. Content may be provided to the service and distributed by our users, and YouTube is a provider of hosting services for such content. Content is the responsibility for the person or entity that provide it to the service. If you see any content you believe does not comply with this agreement, such as by violating the community guideline or the law, you can report it to us. Google account and YouTube channel. You can use parts of the service such as browsing and searching for content without having a Google account. However, you do not need a Google account to use some features. With a Google account, you may be able to like videos, subscribe to channel, create your own YouTube channel, and more. You can follow this instruction to create a Google account. Creating a YouTube channel will give us access to additional features and functions such as uploading videos, making comments, or creating playlists. Here are some details about how to create your own YouTube channel. To protect your Google account, keep your password confidential. You should not reuse your Google account password on third-party application. Learn more about keeping your Google account secure, including what to do if you learn of any unauthorized use of your password or Google account. Your information. Our privacy policy explains how we treat your personal data and protect your privacy when you use the service. The YouTube Kids Privacy Notice provides additional information about our privacy practices that are specific to YouTube Kids. We will process any audio or audio-visual content uploaded by you to the service in accordance with the YouTube data processing team terms, except in cases where you uploaded such content for personal purposes or household activities. Learn more. Permission and restriction. You may access and use the service as made available to you. As long as you comply with this agreement, and the law, you may view or listen to content for your personal, non-commercial use. You may also show YouTube videos through the embeddable YouTube player. The following restrictions apply to your use of service. You are not allowed to 1. Access, reproduce, download, distribute, transmit, broadcast, display, sell, license, alter, modify, or otherwise use any part of the service or any content except A. or as specifically permitted by the service, B. with prior written permission from YouTube and, if applicable, the respective rights holders, C. as permitted by applicable law. 2. Circumvent, disable, fraudulent, engage with, or otherwise interfere with the service, or attempt to do any of these things, including security-related features, or features that A. prevent or restrict the copying of other use of content, B. limit the use of service or content. 3. Access the service using any automated means such as robot, botnets, or scrappers, except A. in the case of public search engines, in accordance with YouTube robot file, B. with YouTube prior written permission, or C. as permitted by applicable law. 4. Collect or use any information that might identify a person, for example, harvesting username or faces, unless permitted by that person or allowed under Section 3 above. 5. Use the service to distribute unsolicited, promotional, or commercial content, other unwanted or mass solicitations, spam. 6. Cause or encourage any inaccurate measurements or genuine user engagement with the service, including by paying people or providing them with incentive to increase a video views, likes, or dislike, or to increase a channel subscribers, or otherwise manipulate metrics. Do not pay to get subscribers and likes. 7. Misuse any reporting, flagging, complaint, dispute, or appeal process, including by making groundless, vexatious submissions. 8. Run contests on or through the service that do not comply with YouTube contest policies and guidelines. 9. Use the service to view or listen the content other than for personal, non-commercial use. For example, you may not publicly screen videos or stream music from the service. Or 10. Use the service to A. sell any advertisement, sponsorship, or promotions placed on, around, or within the service or content other than those allowed in the advertising on YouTube policies, such as complaint, product placement, or B. sell advertising, sponsorship, or promotion on any page of any website or application that only contains content from the service, or where content from the service is the primary basis for such sale. For example, selling ads on a web page where YouTube videos are the only content of value. Reservation. Any right not expressly granted to you in the agreement remains the right of YouTube or the respective right holders. This means, for example, that using the service does not give you ownership of any intellectual property rights in the content you access, including any branding, use of the display in the service. Develop, improve, and update the service. YouTube is constantly changing and improving the service As part of the continual evolution, we may make modification to all or part of the service, such as adding or removing features and functionalities, offering new digital content and service, or discontinuing old ones. We may also need to alter or discontinue the service or any part of it in order to make performance or security improvement, make changes to comply with law, or prevent illegal activities on the abuse of our services. These changes may affect all users, some users, or even an individual user. When the service requires or includes downloadable software such as YouTube Studio applications, that software may update automatically on your device once a new version is available. Subject to your device setting. If we make material changes that negatively impact your use of the service, we will provide you with responsible advance notice, except in urgent situations such as preventing abuse, responding to legal requirements, or addressing security and operability issues. We will also provide you with an opportunity to export your content from your Google account using Google Takeout. Subject. Applicable to laws and policies. Your content and conduct. Uploading content. If you have a YouTube channel, you may be able to upload content to the service. You may use your content to promote your business or artistic enterprise. If you choose to upload content, you may not submit to the service any content that does not comply with this agreement or law. For example, the content you submit must not include third-party intellectual property, such as copyrighted material, unless you have permission from that party or are otherwise legally entitled to do so. You are legally responsible for the content you submit to the service. We may use automated systems that analyze your content to help detect infringement and abuse, such as spam, malware, and illegal content. Right to grant. You retain all of your ownership right in your content. In short, what belongs to you stays yours. However, we do not require you to grant certain rights to YouTube and other users of your service and described below. License to YouTube. By providing content to service, you grant to YouTube a worldwide non-exclusive royalty-free transferable sub-licensable license to use that content, including to reproduce, distribute, modify, display, or perform it for the purpose of operating, promotion, and improving the service. License to other users. You also grant each other user of the service a worldwide non-exclusive royalty-free license to access your content through the service and to use that content, including to reproduce, distribute, modify, display, and perform it, only as enabled by a feature of the service. Duration of license. The licenses granted by you continue until the content is removed, as described below. Once removed, the licenses will terminate, except where the operation of the service use of content permitted before your removal, or the law requires otherwise. For example, removal of content by you does not require YouTube to A. recall content that is being used by users within any limited offline viewing functionable of the service, or B. delete copies we reasonably need to keep for legal purposes. Right to monetization. To grant to YouTube the right to monetize your content on the service, and such monetization may include displaying ads on or within content, or changing users a fee for access. This agreement does not entitle you to any payment. Starting June 1st, 2021, any payment you may be entitled to receive from YouTube under any other agreement between you and YouTube including, for example, payment under the YouTube Partner Program, channel membership, or Super Chat, will be treated as royalties. If required by law, Google will withhold taxes from such payment. Removing your content. You may remove your content from the service at any time. You also have the option to make a copy of your content before removing it. You must remove your content if you no longer have the right required by this term. Removal of content by YouTube. If we reasonably believe that any of your content, 1, is in breach of this agreement, or 2, may cause harm to YouTube, our users, or third parties, we reserve the right to remove or take down some or all of such content. We will notify you with the reason for our action unless we reasonably believe that to do so, A, will violate the law or direction of a legal enforcement authority, or will otherwise risk legal liability for YouTube or our affiliate. B, will compromise an investigation or the integrity or operation of the service. C, or will cause harm to any user, other third party, YouTube, or our affiliate. You can learn more about reporting the enforcement, including how to appeal, on the troubleshooting page of our help center. Community guidelines strikes. YouTube operates a system of strike irrespective of content that violates the YouTube community guideline. Each strike comes with varying restrictions and may result in the permanent removal of your channel from YouTube. A full description of how strike affects your channel is available on the Community Guidelines Strike Basics page. If you believe that a strike has been issued in error, you may appeal here. If your channel has been restricted due to a strike, you may not use another channel to circumvent this restriction. Violation of this prohibition is a material breach of this agreement, and Google reserves the right to terminate your Google account or your access to all parts of the service. Copyright protection. We provide information to help copyright holders manage their intellectual property online in our YouTube Copyright Center. If you believe your copyright has been infringed on the service, please send us a notice. We respond to notices or alleged copyright infringement according to the process in our YouTube Copyright Center, where you can also find information about how to resolve a copyright strike. YouTube policies provide for the termination in appropriate circumstances of repeat infringers, access to the service, account suspension and termination by you. You may stop using the service at any time. You can also delete the service from your Google account, which involves closing your YouTube channel and removing your data, with the option to download a copy of your data. Termination and suspension by YouTube. YouTube reserves the right to suspend or terminate your Google account or access to all or part of services if A, you materially or repeatedly breach this agreement. B, we are required to do so to comply with the legal requirement or court order. Or C, we reasonably believe that this has been conduct that creates liability or harm to any user, other third party, YouTube, or our affiliate. Effect of account or termination. If your Google account is terminated by your access to the service is restricted, you may continue using certain aspects of the service, such as viewing only without an account, and this agreement will continue to apply to such use. If you believe that the termination or suspension has been made by error, you can appeal using this. About software in our services, downloadable software. When the service requires or includes downloadable software such as the YouTube Studio application, unless the software is governed by additional terms which provide a license, YouTube gives you a personal, worldwide, royalty-free, non-assignable, and non-exclusive license to use this software provided to you by YouTube as part of the service. This license is for a sole purpose of enabling you to use and enjoy the benefit of the services as provided by YouTube in the manner permitted by this agreement. You are not allowed to copy, modify, or distribute, sell, or lease any part of the software, or to reverse engineer or attempt to extract the source code of that software unless laws prohibit this restriction or you have YouTube written permission. Open source. Some software used in our services may be offered under an open source license that we make available to you. There may be provisions in an open source license that expressly override some of these terms. Please be sure to read those licenses. Other license term warranty. We provide the service with reasonable care and skill. Disclaimer. By law, consumers have certain rights. Consumers have certain rights that cannot be excluded or altered by the contract. Nothing in this agreement affects those rights you may have as a consumer other than stated in this agreement or as required by law. YouTube does not make any specific promises about the services. For example, we don't make any promises about the content provided through the services, the specific feature or the service, or its accuracy, reliability, availability, or ability to meet your needs, or that any content you submit will be accessible or stored on the service. Limitation of liability. All users, nothing in this agreement is intended to include or limit any party's liability for death or personal injury, fraud, fraudulent misinterpretation, or any liability that cannot be excluded or limited by law. To the extent permitted by applicable laws, YouTube and its affiliates will not be responsible for 1. Losses that were not caused by YouTube or its affiliate breach of this agreement. Any loss or damage that was not at the time that the agreement was formed between you and YouTube a reasonably foreseeable consequence, or YouTube or its affiliate breach this agreement, or submitted by any user, or for the defamatory, offensive, or illegal conduct of any user. Business user only. If you are using the service for the purpose of your trade, business, craft, or profession, a business user to the extent permitted by applicable law, the following limitation of liability will also apply. 1. YouTube and its affiliate will not be responsible for loss of profit, revenues, or data, loss of opportunity, or anticipated savings, indirect or consequential losses, or punitive damages, in all cases, whether such losses were foreseeable or not. And 2. YouTube and its affiliate total liability for any claim arising from relating to the service is limited to the greater of a. The amount of revenue that YouTube has paid to you from your use of the service in the 12 months before the date of your notice. In writing to YouTube of the claim, and B, €500, whichever is higher. Third-party link. The service may contain links to the third-party website and online services that are not owned or controlled by YouTube. YouTube has no control over, no responsibility for such website and online services. Beware when you leave the service. We suggest you read the terms and policy of each third-party website and online services that you visit. About this agreement, changing this agreement. We may change this agreement, for example, to reflect changes to our services or how we do businesses. For example, when we add new products or features or remove old ones. 2, for legal regularity or security reasons. Or 3, to prevent abuse or harm. If we materially change this agreement, we will provide you with reasonable advance and the opportunity to review the changes, except 1, when we launch a new product or feature, or 2, in urgent situations such as preventing ongoing abuse or responding to legal requirements. If you don't agree to the new terms, you should remove any content you uploaded and stop using the service. Continuation of this agreement. If you use service and the following terms, and the following terms agreement will continue to apply to you. Other legal terms about this agreement and the licenses granted by you will continue in limited cases, as described under duration of license. Severance. If it turns out that a particular terms of this agreement is not enforceable for any reason, this will not affect any other term. Assignment. YouTube may transfer all or part of agreement to affiliate, or if YouTube is sold to a third party. No waiver. If you do not comply with this agreement and we do not take action immediately, this doesn't mean that we are giving up any right that we may have, such as the right to take action in the future. Governing law. This agreement and your relationship with YouTube under agreement will be governed by English law and legal dispute. Legal disputes may be brought in the Court of England and Wales. If mandatory, local law prohibits a dispute under the agreement from being resolved by the Court of England and Wales, dispute can be brought in your local court. If mandatory, local law prohibits a local court from applying English law to a dispute under this agreement, that dispute will be resolved according to the laws of your country or residence, effective as of January 5th, 2022. View previous version. So thank you guys for watching. We read all the YouTube terms and service. Please don't forget to subscribe to watch my next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.